One thing you should know about me is that I'm very mentally unstable. With a plethora of mental illnesses, I barely mask just enough to come across as a somewhat productive member of society. And a lot of the times, I feel like I'm hanging on by a single thread. That is why I love chaotic anime so much. There's just something about absolute chaos that brings me an ungodly amount of joy. It refreshes my serotonin, weirdly enough calms me down, and best of all, it helps me feel alive. As someone who has to make an obscene amount of decisions every day, it is so cathartic to have an anime drag me along haphazardly so I don't have to make any decisions as it descends into insanity. So today, I wanted to share with y'all my favorite chaotic anime and what they do for me personally. If you're into chaotic anime rants that you can argue about with your friends, please like and subscribe so you can join our chaotic little family. Our first section is called Controlled Chaos, where we explore anime that still somewhat falls under the scale of plausibility. Kaguya-sama Love is War on paper looks like a cute high school rom-com, but underneath, it is filled with some of the most diabolical teenagers I have ever seen, who will stop at absolutely nothing to be the victor. They plot and scheme and undermine each other, but not for the reason you'd think. They're doing all of these manipulative, f***ed up tactics because they like each other and want to dominate the other into admitting their feelings first. The best part is that they are absolute prodigies in every single other aspect of their life, but they are fucking idiots when it comes to love. But, that's just Kaguya and Shirogane. The ultimate vessel of chaos is the untapped, maniacal, evil genius that is Chika, whose cute demeanor will draw you close until it's 100% too late for you. Kaguya-sama Love is War Chaos is an absolute feast to watch, and it is impeccably pulled together by one of the best narrators I have ever seen.
3 instant read receipts in a row! Ayasaka goes pale! Shirogane goes crazy! Kaguya stretches! Coincidentally, so does Kei. Ultra romantic!
She can't be obvious about it though, because Kei Shirogane is a mother-flippin' tsundere.
It helps heal my cringeworthy teenage self and validates that yes, it was that serious. Mashle is literally swole himbo Harry Potter. He's our dumbest little bestest boy who is the definition of no thoughts, head empty. Except, no, that's not fair. He does think about cream puffs, but that's literally it. This anime does not have a single serious bone in its body, and it is just so stupid. They literally took all of the magical elements of Harry Potter and paired them with a main character who can't even do magic. He's just super strong, so he does stupidly athletic alternatives that make a joke out of everyone who can do magic. Mashle is the kind of fluffy, wholesome chaos that I adore because its unserious, sarcastic tone is exactly how I live my life. I would say protect Mashle at all costs, but I think he's got that one covered. Shifting gears, we have Akudama Drive. Get it? Because driving and shifting gears, whatever. This anime is chaos. It's pretty much one giant action scene spread across 12 episodes, jam-packed with the most unhinged characters that would give Kakaguri a run for their money. Think Suicide Squad, except these criminals would absolutely body the actual Suicide Squad before they could reach their weapon. They are demonic, and the heist that they're entrusted to complete escalates so hardcore that by the end I was just left sitting there, shell-shocked. So, there's a joke in anime that the student councils are some of the most powerful organizations in the world, but all of them combined have literally nothing on Kill la Kill. Their student council literally determines students' social classes, and the students' lives are on the line. Hell, the student council even straight up unalives them if necessary. Everything about this anime is stupidly chaotic too. From the school uniform that actually is a living weapon, to the obscenely scantily clad fighting outfits, to the batshit insane characters, to the tournament fight arc that the main character has to fight to get to the big bad. This anime makes no sense, and I absolutely love it. Now, this type of chaos would have made my teenage years so much more bearable, and if we're being completely honest, incredibly dangerous. Our second section is called, oh wow, WOOF Chaos, where we're gonna dive into shows that push the envelope right to its breaking point. If you ever want to test how mentally ill you are, try to get through Cyberpunk Edgerunners without wanting to up your meds by the end of it. This anime wrecked me. Like, sobbing hysterically, totally dissociating by the end of the final episode wrecked me. But the chaotic, heartbreaking journey to there was a goddamn spectacle that would have made Jordan Peele and Nope proud. This particular type of heartbreaking chaos fulfills something in me that is devastating and hard to articulate, but goddamn does it make me feel alive. Excel Saga walked so that Gintama could run. This absolutely batshit late 90s parody anime is so unhinged that the first episode alone has literally a whole worst season's worth of storylines, deaths, and existential fuckery that has more creative imagination than all of the mid-isekais of the last few years. But not only that, Excel Saga is dumb. Like, absolutely stupid, and I say that as the highest form of compliment. Stupid, chaotic anime like this gives me all of the serotonin I was robbed of during whatever fresh hell I dealt with that day, or whatever gross human interactions I had to suffer through. If you know the industries I work in, you already know. Magical Destroyers is the type of over-the-top anime that just screams, oh wow, we're going there. The concept of the rest of Japan functioning completely normally, while Akihabara is a bombed-out, post-apocalyptic hellscape that is constantly facing government crackdowns since Japan outlawed everything otaku, and a radicalized otaku faction rose up to fight back against the tyranny. There's just something validating about seeing absolute chaos and mayhem surrounded by normalcy that just clicks with me. Haven't thought about it that deeply, but I'm sure there's a connection about being very mentally ill and having to mask as a neurotypical member of society while a war rages on inside of me, but I'm probably just overthinking, right? Speaking of otaku and maid cafes, we have Akiba Maid War, which is the definition of peak anime. You got cute maids being competitive with other maid cafes, except not in the whole standard shit-talking, stealing customers way, but in more of a, I'm going to your shop and gunning you all down Yakuza style to a cutesy idol song way. Like, look at this scene. It's literally adorable maids slaughtering each other, and this right here is what anime was made for. This is what our anime forefathers sacrificed and fought for. It is so goddamn stupid and fulfills every chaotic and unhinged thing about me. I honestly cannot express just how much I absolutely adore this anime. She's giving peak, she's giving taste, she's giving poetry in motion. And now we come to our final section, which is called Only an Anime Could Pull Off Something This Batshit Insane Chaos. Where, yeah, it is exactly what I said. Paprika is everything that Inception wishes she was. And Inception straight up totally ripped it off. There's already a ton of video essays about it. Satoshi Kon is king. Watch him over Inception, even though Inception is a good movie. Rant over, but yeah, everything about this anime is perfection. The batshit insane storyline, the absolutely stellar soundtrack that I bought when I was 15 and just made my teenage years. The perfectly blended enmeshment of dream and reality and the existential rabbit hole that everything takes you along. This is my favorite anime movie ever, and for very good reason. It just stirs something indescribable from within me, and that type of chaos is priceless. Speaking of absolute insanity, we have the godfather of insanity, FLCL. This anime absolutely bitch slapped me out of all of my preconceptions about what anime could be. This puppy was only 6 episodes. Yes, I said only 6 episodes. What are you talking about? There was never any sequel series. This anime makes no sense. In the first episode alone, the main character is nearly run over by a moped and then hit with a base so hard that his head opens up an interdimensional portal that allows an evil robot through, and then this spurs on a massive robot battle that puts the entire world at risk, and that is only in the first episode. From episode 1 to episode 6, this goes from 0 to 100. FLCL is the type of anime that makes absolutely no sense, so you gotta just strap in with the understanding that you will never fully understand what is going on, but it is one of the best rides I've ever experienced in anime. FLCL changed me, like on an internal level, and it made me fall in love with chaotic anime. She has and will always be my favorite anime of all time. My second favorite anime of all time is, disturbingly enough, Devilman Crybaby, which, yeah, I'm just as surprised as you. I went into this anime by asking my brother to show me an anime that, and I quote, will ruin my life. And boy howdy did he come through. You thought Cyberpunk Edgerunners was bad? This anime will break you down on a cellular level and then pull the rug out from under you. As a Kansas gal, I have always loved disaster and post-apocalyptic media, and this puppy takes that and bitch slaps you with existential fuckery, lots and lots of gay stuff, and an ending so hardcore that to this day, I haven't been able to find something that tops it. Devilman Crybaby just scratches something primal within me that simultaneously fills me with addictive adrenaline and absolutely breaks my heart. I will always come back to this type of chaos. It is what fuels me. Plus, it's just fun to traumatize my friends with. And finally, we come to the weirdest anime I have ever seen. Now, let's just take a moment and examine all of the anime that I just mentioned in this video. And let me repeat that statement. This is the weirdest anime I have ever seen. I literally can't even describe what Mind Game is or how the ending resolves itself. It is so chaotic that the literal animation style even changes from scene to scene. This puppy is one that I think would be really fun to watch on substances, but I'm also terrified of watching it during a trip. The pure chaos that built it is something spectacular and personifies every single weird bone in my body, and makes me happy that I didn't check out early. I think chaos anime appeals to me so hard because they get to use their imagination to its full potential. They're not afraid to be dumb or too out there or just straight up ruin your life. They just do what their heart tells them to. As someone who puts in 40 to 80-hour work weeks, I cannot tell you how often I get burnt out. Sometimes I just need a piece of media to remind me to breathe, and that it will take the burden of this chaotic world off my shoulders for the next few episodes. Sometimes they remind me that maybe my problems aren't as bad in the grand scheme of things. Sometimes they remind me that despite what I think, I actually kind of have my shit together in comparison. And sometimes they're just a simple reminder that I still have the power to return to that childlike sense of play and wonder. If you're also a connoisseur of chaotic anime, what are your favorite and why? I'm super curious to hear about how chaotic anime interacts with everyone, especially since I feel like we all get something different and valuable from it. If you enjoyed today's chaotic rant, please like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future rants. If you didn't like it, please send this video to those scientists in Paprika. I honestly feel like I could seriously help their psychological research with the shit show that is my mind. We are all being dragged along in a hopelessly chaotic time to be alive, and sometimes we just need our media to match us where we're at. And that is why I always have and always will love the most deranged, unhinged, and absolutely insane chaotic anime. Thank y'all so much for sticking around, and I'll see all of y'all on the next one.
I hope you hate